I'm Natalie Delaney-John and I own Rest in Pieces, and I've been teaching taxidermy for about a year and a half. In the morning we are going to do our skinning. So the first part is we need to remove our squishy bits. They haven't been able to learn taxidermy in Australia since the 1970s. So I stalked a mentor and I've travelled the world learning my trade. So we've got Rachel and Chester. It's Chester? So with your first incision, what you want to do is the top of the shoulder blades, and we want to come down to about the top of the thighs. I'm going to cut my knee, crunch, and what you'll have is what I like to call the skydiver.
It's a strange art that people frown upon in a lot of ways.
Well, my friends all tease me. They think I'm unusual because if one of my roosters dies and I think he's beautiful, I put him in the deep freeze.
Not very many of us around, so that's been really, really pleasurable to actually communicate with people who don't make you feel like you're a weirdo.
Always try to get your fingers under the skin because it gives it extra pressure. So I'm going to just get to the bottom of this little penis and I'm just going to make a little cut. And now as we keep going, we're going to have to get his balls out.
Yeah, not quite as gruesome and grossing out as much as I thought I would, which is good. Removing brains with a cotton bud that's pretty, oh yuck. You don't do that every Sunday.
My journey, it's funny, it's completely changed. It's like done a 180. Initially, I liked people finding it odd that a lipstick wearing blonde did taxidermy. Now it's about educating people and kind of actually bringing down those walls where people perceive it to be weird and actually showcasing that there's real beauty in this art.
I'm Gary Pegg of South Pacific Taxidermy, and we're the largest taxidermy business in Australia. Been around for 35 years. We deal with a lot of hunters, museums, government institutions. Oh dear. The changes and perceptions, getting away from that Norman Bates psycho sort of, you've got to be some sort of crazy person to be in taxidermy, through to now the general public see it as an art. Keeps the burglars away. It's grown in the last probably 5-6 years, where there's a lot of interest out there from the younger community, which is good. Whereas traditionally it was the boys with their man cave deer heads, it's the women now with their, their artwork basically. They're working and incorporating taxidermy into their artwork.
I'm Julia DeVille and I'm a jeweller and a taxidermist. I've been working with these two mediums since about 2001. This is a very organic process. I just kind of play with things until it looks right to me. I keep all of my finished taxidermy or my works in progress in vacuum seal bags because taxidermy is prone to getting moths and other kind of bugs into it, and most of my works get sold in glass cases, so once they have the piece on display it will be protected in glass as well, and then the work is 100% safe. My work has a very strong animal rights and ethical foundation, so all of the animals I work on have died of natural causes, and my work is about celebrating life and also showing and highlighting the way that animals are used and abused in our society today. Where I'll take domesticated animals like cats and dogs and put them in pots and pans, kind of highlight why we think that it's acceptable to do that to one animal but not to another. The most difficult aspect is making it look alive and real. Like, you'll probably see there's a lot of bad taxidermy out there where the eyes are slightly crooked or it just doesn't look right.
I'm Bill Teffaha and I'm a tanner. tanning is what I like. I love it. You know, I can't get enough of it. If I could put a mattress here, I would. I'd sleep in here, but I don't think it's the way to go. It looks like this one is really pickled all the way through, so that's great. Tanning is probably the foundation of taxidermy. The skin's got to be right. It starts with the skin. When you see this, look at that, that's just unbelievable. There's a bullet hole which I'm going to be able to hide for this guy. Thank God he hasn't made a mess. I'm going to shave it down now to get it really nice and thin so we can show the great detail in the finished products. You can actually see the blue coming through, and that's actually because it's the hair on the other side. The advantage of having the thin skin is that you're going to be able to set the skin where it has to sit, and you're not going to get the shrinkage. So the thinner you go, is actually going to be the better the finish. The eye definition, the nose definition, the real look, that's what a deer should look like. Not just skin that's just been thrown over a mannequin, has no detail. Facial expression could be, I'm angry, I'm happy, I'm alert, you know, I'm sneaking, and that's what we put back into the animal.
So can you see right now you've like created a body and you're creating a spine, a neck. He feels like he's starting to get some structure again for all the things that you have cut out. People have been flying in from all across the country to attend this class. I never expected that that was a possibility at all, but I guess when you start something that hasn't been done in a country, you never know how big it can be. No square mice. Yep, you need to start again, mate.
Can I hold
This probably would take the wine away.
It's meticulous, it's beautiful, and it's a reverence for the animal, frankly, which people don't seem to understand in a lot of ways. You actually, even a little mouse.
But with this little guy, we can literally just push our eyeball into the eye cavity. All right, go give you guys some eyes. Man, it's been pretty bloody amazing, actually, to be honest. Who knew? So many people like me.
I'm really happy. I think she turned out really beautiful.
It was far more fiddly than I thought it would be.
Oh yeah, I could be happier, but I think he's very cute.
Looks a little bit mean. I accidentally pulled his tail off in the process of doing him, but I'm pretty happy with him. Just got to make sure the cat at home doesn't find him.
They're all so different, aren't they? That's the amazing thing. This is the thing about taxidermy. We all did the exact same procedure today, and yet every piece looks so different, and that's where your artistic ability comes into it, you know?